Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I want to talk to you about why I stopped playing Call of Duty, and I also want to tell you why I think the current pricing system is anti-consumer. In short, I stopped playing Call of Duty because it felt dirty to me. It felt ethically and morally wrong to participate in a gaming market that is so egregiously monetized. And the microtransaction system and the pricing model that Black Ops 4 has in place is entirely out of hand, and I would think that most people would find it objectively anti-consumer. We're going to be talking about that a lot today, but one fun thing I wanted to do first was to explain the system. And I know the vast majority of you watching this are Call of Duty players, but imagine that you had a friend that did not play Call of Duty, a friend that lived in a bubble in a world that just didn't know Call of Duty existed, and you wanted to share this fantastic game with him. And he asked, well, I've been playing all these other games. What's the monetization system like? Like, are there boxes or is there battle pass? And you'll say, oh, well, Call of Duty is a game you have to buy for $60. And you can pre-order it at certain stores and get certain pre-order bonuses at certain places that are exclusive to that store, but then they'll sell your pre-order bonuses on the microtransaction system later. Some years, if you pre-order, because there's a new game every year, you'll get a pre-order bonus map that'll be exclusive to you but unplayable because it's not in matchmaking for a couple of months, and then it'll go free for everybody, so your pre-order bonuses are mostly just for funsies. Then when you get the game, there's a $50 season pass on top of that that gives you a couple of new DLC maps every quarter roughly, and a new zombie experience every quarter. Then, after you've signed on for the season pass, there are direct in-game purchases, kind of like, Overwatch or League of Legends or whatever, where you can just buy the skins, buy the camos, buy the emotes you want in the game directly, easy peasy. After that, there's a lower tier of challenges where, you pay a little bit less, but you have to grind out some tiers to unlock it. Then after that, there's a battle pass system, a lot like Fortnite's battle pass, which I'm assuming that all of you are familiar with, and you can grind the game for so many 100 hours to complete all of the items in the battle pass, or you can just spend $100 to buy the battle pass. And then once you've hit the max tier, you get random supply drops or crates, but not always, because they took that out for a bit and then fans got mad, and so they put the crates back in. And I should probably mention that there's also loot boxes in the game that you can buy to get items randomly. Some of the items would be the same ones that you would get in your battle pass, and some of the ones would be special and unique to those, but there's no guaranteed item, there's no currency buildup or anything like that. You just have to buy a bunch of them, and eventually you'll get the items you want. Simple, right? Not confusing whatsoever, and there's nothing wrong with that. No, that's insane. And I mean, to me, that's mind-blowing. Like, if I literally had to explain to a new person how Call of Duty monetization works, it would probably be that, but maybe minus some of the sarcasm. And maybe this survives in its own little bubble, like Call of Duty's own little ecosystem, which it's had for a long time, because for a long time, Call of Duty gamers only played Call of Duty and didn't go play other games. Maybe it survives, maybe it does okay, maybe people don't care. But gamers these days care, and they have more choices than ever. They can pick any game to play, and if you want to look at this from like an economic standpoint, macro or microeconomics, there's simply other market offerings, other games. For example, Apex, Fortnite, CSGO, Siege, League of Legends, Overwatch, they're all kind of in a battlefield in a similar position as Call of Duty in that the demographics that they try to appeal to. But when you look at the monetization system, let's look at Apex, because that's what I've been playing and posting the most. Apex, completely free, no pre-order bonus, no exclusivity, whatever. There's loot boxes that you can pay out your ass for if you want to, but it doesn't, they're cosmetic and they're not really that important, or you can do in-game purchases. You've got Fortnite, which has direct in-game purchases and a battle pass. You can get the battle pass really cheap. You get a ton of free skins with the battle pass just by playing and doing challenges, which are fun, instead of grinding like Call of Duty, which is boring. Or just buy skins directly. You got CSGO, which if I'm not mistaken just went free to play, and you've got cases, and that's it. You look at Siege. Siege is like $15, and you can pay for packs or pay for characters or whatever. League of Legends, completely free to play, and the only thing you pay for is you can like insta unlock new champions, or you can grind for them, or buy skins. Or Overwatch, I think it's like $20 now, and everything after that is loot boxes. Everything else is cheaper by almost an order of magnitude cheaper than Call of Duty. You could play these games and have a reasonably good experience on $20, $40, $50. You could get the base game of all of them and load yourself up with some nice cosmetics. Call of Duty is the worst choice in comparison because you have to pay more than that just to get the game itself, much less the content that the other games provide for free, because in all the other games, when there's new maps or characters or whatever, it's just for everybody, not in Call of Duty. Then, if you want to do cosmetics or battle passes or packs or whatever, it's all on top of that, on top of like a big pre-order push and stuff. And normally, in a normal market, these type of forces would push people away from Call of Duty, and Activision, that owns the brand, would normally say, hey, this is a bad thing, our offering is worse than that of the competitors, we have to change something to stay ahead of the game or we're going to lose our business. And that's why you see a huge shift currently toward games that are free to play and some sort of monetization tacked on top of it being free to play, because that is a good business model that beats out others and has a higher return on investment, and that is the only reason that these companies are doing it. Oddly though, Activision's stock underperformed this year. It had a significant downturn, and in response they laid off, I don't even know how many hundred of people, a lot of employees. And on Call of Duty, at least, I'm a little bit more ignorant about the other games because I don't play them a whole lot. They just doubled down on their microtransaction system and went completely the opposite direction of the market. The market right now is in chaos. It's in flux. It is as consumer-friendly gaming market as it has been in recent memory. There's so many good free-to-play games, good cheap games, good big communities. It's growing. And in spite of all of that, Call of Duty is like, we're just going to charge more money for whatever, right? Because it's the business model of milking a cash cow. The people that own the brand Call of Duty know that Call of Duty as a brand isn't growing. It's not getting bigger. It's not going to hit a new peak or whatever, but it's got a huge base and you can extract cash from that. However, there's a reasonable, responsible way to extract cash from your customers in a cash cow model and not just egregiously nickel and dime them and squeeze them out of the market. And this is what I said 10 months ago when I was talking about the Black Ops Pass. It was more of a hyper-fast, get as much money as we can every single generation, every single quarter, milk that cow, milk, 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 add more options as fast as humanly possible, not unlike this. So it's silly and it's stupid and it's Family Guy, but it's almost the perfect analogy of Activision trying to get as much money out of COD as fast as humanly possible. This has turned me off of playing Call of Duty because I'm a big advocate of consumer protection and consumer rights. That's not something that I've talked about very much here on this channel. I've pulled back a little bit from the philosophical and economic and political videos or whatever, just trying to focus on gaming, change up what I'm doing. But personally, I'm a big consumer rights guy. And if you guys want to see videos about how I think that forced arbitration agreements are insane because the Supreme Court ruled that if you live in an area where somebody provides a monopoly essential service, like say water, they can put in their contract that says you are not allowed to sue them in any capacity, any state, federal, local, whatever, and you can only agree to solve disputes through arbitration where they choose the time and the arbiter of their choice. Despite the fact they're the monopoly provider of an essential thing that you need, like water in your area, you have to sign away one of your constitutional rights to do business with this, and the Supreme Court's like, that's okay, and I think that's totally bullshit, and I could make videos on that. But the point of it is, these are things that matter to me. So I really don't like anti-consumer stuff. And a lot of you will say, hey, you know, this is just microtransactions, it's just cosmetic. If you don't like it, don't buy it. And I've seen that like a bajillion times on Twitter. I think everybody pulls me into Elite Shots tweets and we argue back and forth about it. And he's right in a sense that if you don't like it, don't buy it. And well, I didn't. Once the market, I have COD points left over, you'll probably see in the video, but when the market changed over to something that I was uncomfortable with, I stopped buying it. But not only that, I stopped playing as well. And the issue with Call of Duty is that it's designed to kind of lure you in, and it's always changing its offerings. What Call of Duty offers from the time you pre-order to the time you get to the game to the time you get a couple months into the game are three totally different things. It seems almost designed to kind of suck you in and get you to spend more money because you invest time in a game. You fall in love with the game. You like Call of Duty. I still like Call of Duty. I still enjoy playing the game. But ultimately, it's there to kind of pull you in and get you comfortable, and then like, yes, time to extract the dollar bills, and just more and more and more and more, and this just bleeds fans super bad. I liken it to buying one of those budget airline tickets, and then you find out there's like 14 hidden fees, and you have to check your bag, and then you have to pay to get a reserved seat, and just everything nickel and dime, and your cheap ticket ends up being like $200 more expensive. Or like the Keurig machine where you can only put like certain packages of coffee in there for it to brew, or iPhone, which is, it's a good piece of hardware, but their software is very restrictive. If you don't play with Apple's rules, you don't play on iPhone. Or your internet service providers in America. You like Comcast, right? Comcast is great. They provide monopoly service for everybody. And you know what? If you don't like Comcast, just don't get internet. Just don't do it. And these are things that I don't like, that I'm not comfortable with from like a moral, philosophical point of view. And when games get that way, where they're anti-consumer, when they're so expensive to play, I just don't have a desire to play them anymore. Because I feel that just me playing the game is in some way a tacit or passive endorsement. I didn't used to always have that belief, but I kind of realized that with the channel that I've got and the influence and size, and especially in a bigger market with other people doing the same thing, just participating in something encourages other people to try it out. It sheds light on it, and I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So you'll reach some questions like, do you hate Call of Duty now? Now that Apex is out, are you jumping on the hype bandwagon and abandoning your roots in all of us? No, I still like Call of Duty. I still have fun playing Black Ops 4. Well, Blackout more than regular multiplayer when I boot it up. And they'll say, well, is Black Ops 4 the worst Call of Duty ever made? And I hear that a lot from J-Hub. But no, it's definitely not the worst Call of Duty ever made. I'll get questions like, is Call of Duty the most expensive Call of Duty ever made? For the consumer, probably not. It is really expensive, to be honest, but Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare were also extremely expensive if you were big into cosmetics. So I'm not here saying that Call of Duty is a trash game and that Activision is doing weird stuff with skill-based matchmaking and it's all a scam. That's not true. I still think Call of Duty is a good game. But when I look out in the broader gaming market, I have a decision to make on what game that I'm going to play, and Call of Duty just has the worst pricing model. It is absolutely shamelessly fleecing people, and I feel like morally compromised when I make videos about the game now, which isn't where I want to be. So for now, I just decided to go play Apex Legends, to take a little Call of Duty break. I'll come back around when Infinity Ward has something new, or Black Ops, the system changes again. I've been playing Beat Saber, been just, kind of piddling with PC games, and I've been having fun doing that. It's a nice little break. If you really want to stick it to Call of Duty or Activision, if you're a pissed off fan, of course you can get on Twitter, you can get on their forums, or you can do all sorts of things, and some people will have to take that feedback and engage it and bring it to the executive committee at some point. But the real way to screw people over in our capitalist economy is just to buy something different. Buy something for the competitor, which in this case is play something new, and most of the games that I'm playing are free, or like $10, $15, whatever, so almost free. So just play that. If you're pissed off at Call of Duty, just play something new. And if you still enjoy Call of Duty, if you still love the game, if you want to participate in the market, if you want to do, or if you just want to play and just put blinders on and not pay attention to any of the microtransactions or crazy stuff going on, then good on you. Do that. I want you to have fun. I want you to enjoy the games that you play, but I'm stepping out for now. The pricing is just ludicrous, and I don't feel comfortable playing it. Guys, that is all for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out. Look, it's a gold gun. Right there for you, buddy.
What is happening? I've never had.
I just want to point out that there's also another team beyond him.
Oh,
What?
there is?
Really? No.
We have to kill him then.
No, save him for the last.
On top.
Okay, he is
The
technically the
two-piece.
last one.
Okay, we have to go help him win.
He's absolutely clueless.
Is he? Come on, buddy. The zone is bad for your health. Put your gun away. Run faster.
Don't worry, I'll heal him. He's like, what do I take? Oh, piece of candy. Oh, piece of candy. We should probably die before the next storm, because the next storm's moving here, and it's gonna be very tiny.
Oh no, call in your package on him and we'll box him in. Box him in, box him in, box him in.
I think we should let him win.
Yeah, just move him just a little bit. Oh, no.
One more minute.
Oh,
Yeah, we box him in, box him in.
I feel so wrong for this. Oh, no!
No!
Why would
No!
I do that to him?